Here's a good example. Some Kind of Monster, the documentary, which is by itself a really good documentary. I think if you're a documentary person, you watch that, you think that was a good documentary.
Yes, but I do not think St. Anger was their best album.
No, but it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. That album actually allowed them to make the film, which I believe actually
is better than the album.
No, was not insignificant to their brand and their audience, actually. You know, because I know I had a much different impression of them after watching the film, and I thought it was really interesting, and like everything that they went through for that whole process. That piece of film that they've got, they had a Black Album film as well back in the day. They've actually always been really good at multimedia.
I didn't really know that much about their personality until I saw Some Kind of Monster. Obviously, I heard
exactly
all their older stuff when Cliff Burton was in the band.
But now that's part of the impression you have of them, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You see them, like, you know, and you get to know them. You get to know Lars and Kirk and
Do you think it's a good idea
James.
for music artists to make kind of documentaries in the studio, or at least vlogs? Or
I think it's just a good proof of concept, isn't it? It's just like, you know, fans want more. They want to know that, you know, that's.
I think they want to know you as a person.
They want to know. They want to know, how did you get here? Because also, if I'm promoting an artist to you, I'm like, oh, Thomas, man, because I can't, you know, before you actually hear the music, I have to sell it to you. And if I'm obsessed with them, I'm like, oh man, like with the way I sell Tool, I'm like, oh yeah, they were in the dark for like 13 years, and then they just came back. They put all their music on streaming platforms, digital platforms suddenly, and then they released. Oh my god, like, you know, like it's the story. Like that's what your promoters, you know, like that subset of your fans who do your marketing for you, the way they do it is by telling your story, right? That's how they do it. Like when you're promoting a band to me, or I'm promoting a band to you, we're telling the stories.
Good example is 50 Cent.
Yeah.
So him I think it was shot 9 times,
yeah.
and survive, which is crazy.
It's a lot of times to get shot and still survive.
And he used to be like a gangster and stuff, and turned his life around and became a very successful music artist. It's just crazy that his story is as powerful as his music. He has got some good songs, but obviously produced by Dr. Dre, I know his first album was, but like that story. Like,
I watched the Defiant ones recently, which is a docuseries on Netflix about Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine. Since then, I've been listening to Eminem and Dr. Dre all over again so much, because I'm connecting it with the story now. I've even got a playlist on my Spotify account with the songs in such a way that reminds me of the story.
Yeah, like
and then I watched 8 Mile.
I was gonna say it's just like the movie 8 Mile.
Yeah.
That final rap battle in 8 Mile.
Yeah.
I was like, man, Eminem is talented. That is.
Yeah.
I'm sure it wasn't freestyle in the movie, but like,
sure.
When I heard that final rap battle, I was like, wow, Eminem's got some chops. He is good.
And everyone who watched that back in the day wanted to be a rapper immediately afterwards.
However, that you could argue they're the very, very, like, I don't know, 0.001% of people who make it.
Yeah, of course. But
you can still do it nowadays.
Yeah.
Like maybe with 50 Cent and Eminem back then, you have to have like
just
a big
don't get shot. Don't get shot 9 times.
Don't recommend it. You have to have like a big record company and distributors and publishing, blah, 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 blah. But nowadays, you can do it all yourself.
You can make film.
You may not be a superstar like Eminem or 50 Cent, but you can still be a professional musician.
And it's not, oh, by the way, you have to have a documentary. It's like, no, just it's something. It's some content. It's some video content to support what you do and your story.
50 Cent also had a movie and a book co-written with Robert Greene as well.
Yeah.
So
I just don't think it's an accident that these things happen. Like it's, you know, it's like all of my favorite bands, old bands who put out albums before I was born. I'm forever finding clips on YouTube of them from back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Someone in that room knew to film that thing.
I love seeing like old Pink Floyd live performances.
Yeah.
They're great. So good.
But not even just the live stuff, just behind the scenes, random interviews from like back in the day. Like I've been a Metallica fan for a long time, and YouTube has been around for a lot of that time, and I'm still finding new random clips of Kirk and James and whatever on YouTube, you know? Someone knew in the room on the day to film it.
But imagine if they had smartphones, then they could have.
Yeah, I
filmed
know. It's amazing. I'm like, well, someone would have had to have actually had a camera.
Yeah, like
An
beast of a
expensive
camera, like a
piece
huge
of equipment.
camera and like a shotgun mic and stuff.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you just get this out and there you go, boom.
So someone was invested. Someone's like, oh, video is important. I make music, but video is important. Sort of thing.
It's wild when you see these old-fashioned documentaries, these huge cameras and
Yeah.
teams of people around. I was like, man, and these cameras we're filming right now are probably better.
Yeah.
The little light cameras.
It's all for the DVD, isn't it?
All for the VHS.
Yeah. The DVD special deluxe.
Oh, I used to always get DVD
Blu-ray.
specials. I didn't have one of them. Not that fancy.
I think you only had Blu-ray if you had a PlayStation at the time.
I'm not sure. I just knew it was the much more expensive DVDs that are higher quality.